The car suddenly jolted. A bullet slipped inside the woman's clothes. She reached in to grab it while shaking her shirt, not noticing that the man beside her had already lost control of his gaze. The next second, the bullet fell out and slid straight into her pants. She cursed under her breath and had no choice but to keep searching downward. At the same time, the man was still frozen. The steering wheel suddenly went out of control. The car smashed through a barrier and slid straight toward the railway tracks. In the distance, train lights flared. The horn blared closer and closer. At the last moment, the man yanked the wheel hard. The car stopped, scraping the edge of the tracks. The woman finally shook the bullet loose. They exchanged a glance and instantly snapped back into focus. They were bounty hunters who had worked together for years. Tonight's target was a mob boss at the docks. Just as they were about to move, the man suddenly stopped her. He needed to use the bathroom. Seconds dragged by. The woman, impatient, followed him in. He complained she was in the way and said he needed some privacy. She exploded, accusing him of always slowing missions down, even suggesting they split up. As the argument escalated, engine noises came from outside. The gang's convoy had arrived. Their voices had been too loud. Their position was exposed. Footsteps rushed closer. Before they could even fix their clothes, bullets were already tearing into the walls. They had no choice but to fight back while moving. The man instinctively shoved the woman down. Gunfire swept past, grazing their heads. At that moment, the boss's lieutenant burst in. The woman suddenly yanked her pants open. He froze for a split second. She struck instantly. The man followed up with gunfire. In the chaos, the woman rolled on top of the man, seizing a firing position and suppressing every enemy charging in. The man was nearly crushed beneath her. The next second, a grenade was thrown in. She reacted instantly, snatched it midair, and hurled it back. The explosion filled the room. The man's vision was blocked. He fired in panic, a bullet nearly brushing her clothes. She shot him a cold glance. The remaining enemies tried to counterattack. The man steadied his breathing and took them all down. The warehouse finally fell silent. Then, the boss emerged from the shadows and pulled the trigger. The gun didn't fire. A cockroach had jammed the safety. The man's counterattack failed. The woman didn't hesitate. She raised her gun and ended the night.